Hello and welcome back to another Minecraft video. Station technology part number, what are we up to? 8, I think. Okay, this part is some people were having troubles building a waiting area for when somebody is on the arrivals button. So I'm going to do that now. This right here is the arrivals button. So I'm sure your station looks different to this one because, well, this is a disgusting station, but your arrivals button will look something like this, and your track, obviously, I don't know what system you're using, but it will come back along, and when someone arrives, they land here. Now, if two people come at the same time, that causes problems because they stack up, and one person gets out, and they can't jump out because somebody's on top of them, and whatever. So, what we have to do is put a holding area, so if somebody is on that button, they get routed somewhere else while we wait for them to stop idling and get out of the damn cart. So fast forward this bit, I'm just going to make a little platform here for the holding area. So yep. Okay, this platform should be big enough, so what we're going to do now is do our little off shoot here. So take your pick, depends where you want to put it. I usually try to put it as close as you can to the button there, because if you have it too far away, what will happen is the delay between someone landing and somebody getting put into the waiting area, it needs to be very short, because if it's too long, then you get stuck. You get stuck midway, and you won't obviously get sent to the holding area, which is what you want. So we're just going to transport somebody in there. Now the corner block is what we're going to be switching depending on the layout of, depending if somebody is sitting on that button or not. So we're just going to put a torch under there because we need to be able to control it. After quite a few technologies in here, it starts to get a bit crowded. And you also have to be careful not to interfere with other electronics, so it can get difficult to do this out of the way. See, now there's no room. I'm gonna have to quickly fast forward and lower this bit of electronics here, so better skip this. Okay, now we've got some room, we can finish this redstone off. So now I'm not sure what the track's going to be, so on, obviously we want the default to be sending it that way, which is not that. So the default is going to have to be off, which we're just going to use an inverter for. And the best way to do this, obviously we have to connect it to the redstone off that button. So as soon as that button is pressed, we need that track to be turning the other way. Now hopefully that is a long enough track, I guess we'll be able to see. Yep, the button turned off. Excellent. Except we need to invert it. Because again, we want the default to be pointing the other way. Inverters are super easy. Okay, so now we have that. That's default is off, and let's have a look at the track again just to make sure. And look at that. The default is going to send it down here. And as soon as we step on that plate, instead, somebody's going to go right in here into the holding area, which is what we want. Okay, now we have to put in some electronics here. So we're just going to put a pressure plate, so when the cart lands on that, it knows that somebody is here. And we're going to have to put something to boost the cart off. Something like this. Okay. Now here you can use any sort of booster. Again, I'm just going to use a door booster because I find that they're the most reliable. So the cart is going to come down here, boost you off this button as soon as somebody gets off that switch. Now we want to do it automatically. We don't want any button presses to happen because of course it's getting nighttime. Alright, well I'm going to pause the video here and I'm going to quickly get into the bed. Now if somebody is building this track as it is here, they would have noticed that this redstone here just turned this track around, which is a bit of a pain, so I'm just going to have to destroy this and reset it. That's the problem with having redstone and tracks so close together, is issues like that happen fairly regularly. So it's just a matter of pointing the redstone around it and not right next to the tracks that... Oops. So we'll just put the inverter here instead. Hopefully that's enough room for it not to be angry. So we'll just press the button and make sure it's not changing anything there. Nope, still looks good. Awesome. Of course I didn't put the cart back down there, so this cart's not going to make it back up. Alrighty. Now back to the holding area. So we've got this part here. Now we need it to set off if somebody's on that button. So we just do the booster here. Throw one together. That's going to be the waiting point for the other, the boosting cart. And the door is just going to sit on here. one day I'm gonna learn how to put it on without wrecking it the first time. Should just start using wooden doors. But I like the look of iron doors. They're nicer. So it's like that. Oh, it looks like somebody's playing around with the buttons again. And I don't have a ladder, that'll be right. That's okay, I'll put one on there in a minute. Okay, that's our really short booster. I hope it's long enough. Maybe I should extend it just one more block. Again, you just have to be careful that you're not going to run into other bits of electronic here. This is our booster cart. There's somebody getting on the tracks. Ah, you right there. Get off. Tell you what, this is an unending thing. I'm starting to regret building this whole station on the dirt here. Too much grass and pigs and stuff getting in the way. Like, look at that. Standing on top of the fence. Alright, anyway. Gotta get this done. So we've got the door booster there. We've got the cart which boosts you off the plate. All we're missing now is something to trigger that door. And we've already got the pulse circuit here. So what we're going to do is just run this pulse circuit all the way to this one here, sorry, all the way to that door there. That way we already have the pulse and it won't need another one. And the delay in this case should be as short as possible. Get this bed out of the way. Like this. And I do like to point it straight at the door even if it's not really needed. We've got to make sure it makes it. Okay, that looks like it should just be enough. Ah. Needed to put a block there. Now it's gone and messed up the electronics. Doody doody doo. Now I don't remember how the door goes on. I think it was like this. Excellent. So the following part now can be done in one of two ways. You can either have this door booster go off every single time somebody gets off the arrivals, or you can have it only go off if somebody gets is on the arrivals and somebody's here at the same time. I tend to like it having it both if it's on at the same time, because if you set this door booster off every single time, it just seems like, you know, it's a bit excessive, right? So we have to put up a simple AND gate. I think the button's like there-ish. Oh man, these stupid things. And because I've got tracks all over the place, I have to be careful where I put electronics here. I think it's there. Hope it doesn't mess that up there. We'll see. Not only that, but there's the track up there, so always got to be careful. So we're just going to put an AND gate, so it only triggers if both of them are on at the same time. And I should probably put a repeater in here just to make sure the signal's not lost on the way. Better have more than not enough. Oh, and that's not going to work. Maybe I'll just put it on the way up. Okay, I'll put it there, and gate goes there. Just like that. Okay, the AND gate again is just the two on the top. One there. And that one there. Okay, so now this is only going to go off if both are on at the same time. So that's the way we want it. I believe it's done. Let's give it a test run. Just got to load this up. Ah, I forgot a ladder. That'll be right. Okay. Now I have to figure out how to do this, because I'm in single player. Welcome back. It looks like the repeaters that were here, when I changed the world to a multiplayer server so I could have another person to step on the switches, looks like these repeaters here were causing some issues with the AND gate, and the signal just wasn't traveling through the way it should. But it looks like even without those repeaters, the signal is strong enough to make it to this AND gate, so there's no real changes there. And now we're going to test it out, and it's going to work flawlessly. Fingers crossed on that one. So I do have a helper. Where is she? Her name is Faylina, and she's going to sit on the cart. There she is. So she's going to sit on the cart, and she's going to idle at the arrivals gate as somebody would. So she's at the arrivals, and now I'm going to have a turn, and I'm going to get stuck in the waiting area because she's not going to get out. She's going to sit there. Here I go. And here I am. I'm in the waiting area, and I can see her there. Normally you'd have a light or telling you just to wait patiently, because if you get out, then you could wreck a whole lot of stuff. So she's going to get out of the cart at the arrivals because she's just come back from a really long trip. It took a whole minute to get here on the rails. So she's come back because she just made a sandwich. She's going to get out, and walk away. And now that's going to activate the AND gate, and it's going to transport me straight away to the arrivals. So awesome, it worked. Thank you very much for your help. And that's looks like I just blocked it to take it away, but that's why this is a test run. So it looks like it worked. Now you can create your own holding area just like this. Well, probably not exactly like this, because again, this is a mess, but yeah, add it to your station. And you know, these things you can always add more and more and more. If you put somebody on here, if you can sense if somebody is on this switch, then over here you could have another little out for, you know, 3, 4, 5, you know, as many holding areas as you need, and how, depending how busy your server is. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, all those things. If you want to see something else, or you want to see me add a different kind of technology on here, let me know and I'll see what I can do to add it. Thank you for watching. Bye.